So we've already talked about the number line, and that is just a line that starts at 0 and it goes up through the positive numbers to infinity, and it comes down through the negative numbers to infinity. So I can identify a point anywhere on the number line that represents a number. For example, the number 2 sits on the number line, anywhere up and down it. But what if I wanted to identify a point that sits somewhere up here? So it's not really on my number line. It's got a distance along the number line, but it's also got a distance up. Well, I can solve that by adding a second number plane. This time I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and it's going to run up and down. The positive numbers are going to go up to infinity, the negative numbers are going to go down to infinity, and we call that the Cartesian plane because now I can use two numbers to identify that point. Here's what they are. The horizontal number line we call the x-axis. The vertical one we call the y-axis. Any point on this two-dimensional surface, this plane, I can use an x and a y value to identify where it is, and we call that the coordinates. We write them with the x value first and the y value second in a set of brackets. So this point here that we are trying to identify, I can get the x value first. Now you always do the x first. Or another way of remembering that is always go across the hall first, then up the stairs. Okay? Across the hall, up or down the stairs. So you always do the across, then the up or down. Let's have a look at where this point is. If I drop a vertical and a horizontal line from that point, I can see where it crosses the axis. So for my x-axis, I can see the value is 3, and going up the y-axis, I can see the y value is 2. X value of 3, a y value of 2, they are coordinates. I write it as 3, 2. Let's take another point. Where's this point here? Well, I can see this time the x value is a negative number. So it comes across to negative 2, and I go down to get a y value of negative 4. So the coordinates for that point are negative 2, negative 4. What if I asked you to draw a point at the coordinates negative 1, 3? The first number is my x value, so I come across the x-axis till I get to negative 1. My second number was the y value, which was 3, positive 3, so I go up from that point up to positive 3, draw my point, label it as the point negative 1, 3. That's the Cartesian plane, how we can identify points that sit somewhere on it. You guys rock.